So our first question is USA update on small birds, medium birds, big bird. What's new? What's in? What's out? What's the future?
Initially, when I started back in the 70s, there was a big emphasis on breeding parrots. Parrots for mostly for the pet trade. The pet trade was booming in the 70s and 80s, but as people grew with the different parrots as pets, they realized that when the parrots, in general, when they mature, they can become one-person birds. They can become aggressive. They don't always make the best pet. Some birds are exceptional and they make a great pet for their whole life. But the big macaws, as beautiful as they are, and when they're young, they're very friendly, they're very loving and adorable. But as they mature, their hormones start to surge, they want to breed, they can become nippy, and they're not the greatest pets. And unfortunately, that lends to people leaving them in the cages and just feeding them sunflower seed or something like that. So birds need attention, just like any other animal, a dog, a cat, they need attention. They're a living being, they're smart, and they want to be part of the family, they want to have something to do. So in today's marketplace, the big birds aren't as popular as they once were as pets. There's still room for the husbandry in the collection market, the people that want to breed them, that's still active. But more and more, the bigger birds, people realize they got smart, that they don't make the greatest pet. In general, because there's always an exception. I love big birds, but you have to have the room for them. They're noisy, so they don't always adapt to any, if you're in an apartment, it's not always easy having big birds. Thus, people have migrated to smaller birds. I would say the last 20 years, a good example would be green-cheek conures. Green-cheek conures can make a terrific pet. They don't make as much noise as the big birds do. They're easy to maintain and handle in a smaller environment, in an apartment, in a house. And so people have gravitated to the smaller birds as pets now. If you look at some of the major pet shops in America, PetSmart, Petco, they sell a lot of the smaller conures because they're a good pet. And that's what people want. So that's how that has changed over the years. There's a lot of people, though, that still want, in their collection, they want to have the challenge of breeding various species, the smaller birds, the medium-sized birds, and some of the larger birds. I'm more focused on mutation birds. So I've gravitated to some mutation Amazons, mutation eclectus, and as any new mutation that I can find, if it's a challenge, I like it. I want to try to breed it. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, the new mutations are expensive. Not everybody can afford them. But as they are bred and the numbers become larger, of course, the price comes down. But that's always been my focus. I love the challenge of working with new mutations, and I like the idea that we can, that's what I'm looking for. Cut for right now, TJ. Am I on still? Okay.
Okay.
I want to be able to establish the new mutation, because that's important. If you only have one, say, blue Amazon, and you lose it, well, there goes the line of that mutation. So, but once you can establish it, you have a few pairs going, then you can build up the numbers, and once the bird is established, now you know you've saved that mutation, and it can go on for many, many, many years.